this is Brian with Stevens Data. Welcome to our video. In this video, we're going to cover a few topics related to the Dynamics 365 field service option. And so we've got a sandbox here where we're going to run through a little bit of a work order creation process and how you schedule the work orders and essentially the work order lifecycle. It's going to be fairly basic, but we'll show you some of the highlights of what field service can do for you and save time and track customer interactions really well. I will mention that field service and all these customer service features can get rather complex. We do have on our team, one of our team members is a former Microsoft developer within the field service division. So while this is a very rudimentary demo, we can discuss it in great detail, field service as an option for Dynamics 365, and just contact us and we'll have that discussion if you're interested. But for now, what we're going to do is give you some of the basics. So to start out with, I've got the basic work orders view up right now, and you can see how we can look at them. I'll look at some, we'll pull up, we've got some I think that are unscheduled, so we'll show you those, see how you can kind of go through these. The person typically that is maybe the customer service rep, or either whether they're dispatch or whoever's working in this particular screen is fielding the calls. We can go in there and just show you a couple. Let's go grab. You can slice and dice these screens. Obviously, field service tends to be one of the things where they can be larger organizations, and so they're in different locations. So our goal here is, let's say we have a customer that called in, they've got a problem with a piece of equipment, and so we need to generate that work order. So we're going to go in, this is the work order number, automatically populates. The customer is Contoso Fabrication, and let's go find them. And as you notice, Contoso Fabrication is the fabrication facility. And of course, we've already pre-configured it so that Contoso Limited, which is the parent company or the corporate account, is going to get the bill. You see that there. And we're going to come down here. And the particular problem we're having here is we need to do a diagnose and repair. And our primary incident or problem is that we've got a line connection loss. So it appears that we've got network connection issue, and so let's do the asset, which is the actual piece of equipment, is the Assembly Wizard 200 CF. So we've got all of the basic information in here. It does give us the primary contact for that particular account. And so our game plan here is let's save that work order. What's going to happen while that's saving is it's going to populate some key information in the background that's been pre-programmed into the field service components, if you will. So we've collected the asset or the particular piece of equipment, added that to the list, and let's see if it takes a minute for all those things to flow in the background. So let's go take a look at what we got here. So you can see we've saved this particular one. It's letting us know about knowledge articles that are available, but we're not going to look at that right now. We're looking at the service tasks. So this is a pre-population of what's going to be needed to be done by the technician when they show up. And then here's the overall services description. In this particular case, we've got what's going on. And then if there's any related products, that's going to know that. And this, if you do have this tied to the integrated with the accounting inventory system, this can also tie back to what's on the truck for that particular technician as well. So let's go back here where our work order number here is 348. We've got all the information. We'll save and close. And so now what we want to do is keep in mind we're 348, Contoso Fabrication, and let's go over to the scheduling board. So now that we've got the work order created, we need to get it on the schedule. We're going to do that from the schedule board, which we're here now. And you can see how we have the geographical representation so that as we schedule our service techs in the field, we know how long it's going to take to get from one service location to the other, which is helpful. Here are our different techs. And let's see what we got for availability. These people, looks like they are fairly booked. Let's scroll down until we find somebody that looks like we have an available slot. And it looks like this particular individual. Let's go over. It says that we have an estimated approximately 2 hours is what we need. It looks like we have that available. So what I'm going to do is just go over to, these are our work orders down here below. And I'm just going to click, drag it up here. We'll start them at 9:30 in the morning. And it loads that particular work order. And then if I come over here, I can just put a hover over it. It shows my 348 Contoso Fabrication with the service tech, the date, and the time. So now it's been scheduled. So as we continue with the evolution of this work order, made some changes here to reflect the fact that this work order has now been completed. Our tech has been on site. The text is, we're assuming that they have, which is a option available with the field service, is they have a device in the field where they go in and say, I've completed these steps. They complete the necessary input of data that's required for the status and what they've done. They also have a status indicator. For example, this one says that it's still in progress. See how when they're in the field, as they indicate the different status of the work order, it changes the color for the dispatch scheduling person. So we can see in this case, this one's completed. These other ones are still scheduled, but not in progress yet. Now we can go over to the work order, the one that we're working on here. And assuming from the manager, whoever's working on this, we can go back and look at the various things that were completed. The service tasks, this is where the technician has filled in all of the necessary information, indicated the completion status, and then we have the service that was performed, and so we had 2 hours worth of labor, and then we also had the part here. We'll look here and I'll show you how that looks. He would have completed this information, indicate the part was used. He would even indicate from the warehouse where he pulled it and made notations where applicable. So back on the summary. So essentially, after this has been checked out and everything looks good, then we can go over here and move this thing forward. And so we can go to the next stage. And we're going to say that this is closed.